Senate File 1291 is looking for some funding assistance for Carlton County. They house one of the MSOP facilities in their county and thus have a lot of expenditures that have been increasing through both the county's attorney's office and the county sheriff's office. So I will turn it over to my testifiers so they can explain better the need.
And who would you like to have first give testimony, Senator?
County Attorney Ketela, please.
County Attorney Ketola. Would you identify yourself for the record and then proceed with your testimony?
Thank you. Mr. Chair and members, I am Lori Ketela, the Carlton County Attorney, and in the interest of brevity, given that you've had a long afternoon, I would refer to the letter that I submitted to the committee setting for some support for this particular bill. Thank you for the opportunity to testify, and thank you to Senator Rarick for offering this bill. Carlton County has a population just shy of 37,000 people. Minnesota's population is just shy of 5.7 million people. Minnesota, on behalf of its citizens, has a process whereby individuals who are mentally ill and dangerous can be civilly committed. Included in that population are those that are sexually dangerous and sexual psychopathic personalities. These individuals are housed at the Minnesota Sex Offender Program to receive rehabilitative services. MSOP, I will refer to it going forward, has two facilities, one in St. Peter, Nicollet County, and then one in Moose Lake, which is Carlton County. Unfortunately, many of those that are civilly committed do not avail themselves of the rehabilitative services, and those that do not seem to be located at the Moose Lake facility, and unfortunately are there for an extended period of time given their unwillingness to participate in rehabilitative services and continuing to be a danger to society. These individuals, by definition, are mentally ill. Because MSOP is in Carlton County, on behalf of the entire state, absorbs the cost of prosecuting and handling civil matters for all clients from all 87 counties that are housed at MSOP. Carlton County's population is 0.006% of Minnesota's population. Carlton County is also, unfortunately, the highest taxed county in the state. This is in large part due to a number of properties that are not subject to taxation in the county. Included in that is the beautiful lakeshore property MSOP sits on in Moose Lake, which is right next door to a Department of Corrections facility in Moose Lake. Having MSOP in Carlton County affects the financial picture in Carlton County primarily for two reasons. One, that it is an $80 million untaxed property. And two, because of the financial responsibility that's placed on the sheriff's office, my office, and others within the county because of its facility within our county. We prosecute, like I said, criminal matters that occur within that facility. I know a number of the members of this committee are licensed attorneys and probably appreciate very well the complexities of litigation. And so I layer that complexity of litigation with having your opposing party being pro se, layer that with your opposing party being not only pro se but mentally ill, and then layer that with them having a significant amount of time. And it kind of gives you an understanding of the amount of litigation that is faced with every matter that comes both to the sheriff and to my office. In addition to criminal prosecutions, because the facility is venued in Carlton County, we also receive civil matters. It's their jurisdiction, is Carlton County. So in addition to all these matters, our auditor deals with the voting that occurs within that facility. We handle civil matters that our office responds to, in addition to responding to Minnesota Government Data Practice Act requests, which, as you can imagine, individuals that are mentally ill make numerous of those requests. The Carlton County Attorney's Office has a total of 7 attorneys, including myself, that handle all of the criminal and civil matters. And as I'm sure you are aware, resources are always limited. Since taking office in 2019, I have committed, and I've had a number of conversations with the union, and a number of them are here today, and I appreciate that. We've had ongoing conversations about how do we keep them safe. We're limited in the resources we have given the size of our office, but we've committed to making sure that those most violent offenders are being prosecuted so that they can, if convicted, leave the facility and return to the Department of Corrections. This consumes a significant amount of resources from a very small office and takes away from the work that my office would otherwise be able to provide to the citizens of Carlton County. In this bill, we are asking that the benefit received by the entire state by having MSOP be shared by the state as a whole and not absorbed by 1/1000th of the population of the state of Minnesota. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next individual will be, well, who would you like it to be?
Sheriff Lake.
Sheriff Kelly Lake.
Mr. Chair.
Welcome to the committee.
Mr. Chair and committee members, thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Lake. I'm the Sheriff of Carlton County and have been serving in that capacity for close to 20 years now. My office assumed all law enforcement investigative responsibilities for the Minnesota Sex Offender Program in Moose Lake, MSOP, approximately 3 years ago. When the city of Moose Lake disbanded their police department, they contracted with my office to provide all law enforcement services in the city of Moose Lake beginning August 1st, 2024. Within that contract, it covers law enforcement services that 4 deputies provide. Those services, however, do not include investigations conducted by the Sheriff's Office investigators. The Carlton County Sheriff's Office budget covers those services. Looking at just the data we have from the past 3 years for investigations and averaging the number of calls for service that our 911 telecommunicators handled related to MSOP, my office averaged just over 300 hours annually serving MSOP, including 911 telecommunicator time, investigator time, and office support time. The work we do is critical to maintaining public safety and protecting staff at the MSOP facility and victims of crime within the facility. The state of Minnesota does have an Office of Special Investigations that work internally in the facility, compiling data and evidence to be utilized in criminal investigations that occur within the facility. However, the Office of Special Investigations staff, or OSI staff, are not sworn law enforcement officers and are unable to conduct certain functions of the legal process necessary in criminal investigations. They are unable to apply for search warrants and subpoenas issued by the court. They are also unable to conduct evidence analysis and phone extractions, which often become large portions of our investigations. Our Sheriff's Office investigators do work collaboratively with OSI staff to provide a complete investigative case file, which our investigators then refer to our county attorney for prosecution. The OSI staff, due to the nature of them being civilian non-sworn staff, are unable to refer these cases directly to the county attorney's office. Therefore, it does fall to our office. OSI also does not investigate any crimes within the facility that an MSOP staff person could be involved in. Those become the sole responsibility of the Sheriff's Office. Because my office assumes portions of these investigations and the entire case file, and we are bound by the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act to respond to the request for data, fulfilling these requests is another very time-consuming duty added to the Sheriff's Office support staff. Another aspect is cost of incarceration and transport of individuals at MSOP when they are charged with a crime and held in custody at our county jail. Or they may be witnesses in another crime, another case. MSOP does have internal transport staff. However, when an MSOP client refuses to go to court, which does happen, the judge will issue warrants compelling them to appear, and the Sheriff's Office then is responsible for transport at that time. What I have provided in the letter that County Attorney Ketela referenced is a very conservative estimate to the cost burden that falls upon the county. Any significant incident, such as an attempted murder investigation, staff assaults, significant assaults, sexual assaults, would obviously skew these numbers. Again, we just provided estimates. Just as having a long incarceration of an MSOP individual would if they were held in the county jail for a long time. Thank you so much for your consideration of this request and your time.